Hello, my name is Charles, and in today's video, we are going to talk about, in keeping with the theme for a wellness channel and being on the wellness journey, this video will be aimed at a key component to conquering addiction. Now, there's tons of things out there to be addicted to, and there might be, there's no need for, comparisons as to which one is the healthiest addiction, or, this, that, and the other. Some may be better for you, some may be worse, who knows? Behavioral, drug, whatever, you name it. And one good definition of addiction, just so we can be clear, that I have heard is essentially addiction is the limiting or the constricting of what gives or what brings joy in life. So it's like a narrowing of like let's say you're addicted to alcohol. Before, when you weren't addicted to alcohol, you could sit down with your family and have an amazing dinner, and you were focused on what they were saying. You were focused on the food and the weather, right? All these things in life that were going on were bringing you joy or pleasure, or even, you were in your attention. That's what you were considering. And then now that you're super addicted to alcohol, when you're sitting down with the family, sorry, my OBS lag, but when you're sitting down with the family and you're having your dinner, now you're like, where's the booze? It's hard to focus on what, your parents are saying because you just want the booze, and that's really all that you're looking for. And so that's that kind of narrowing of what brings you joy. Like, no longer can you just exist and find joy in the plenitude of life. Now you are like, oh, this one and only thing or substance or behavior, that's what's going to bring me joy. And so what is one key thing that I think can help? I guess two things, but I think one big thing is kind of purpose. It's kind of like having a good reason, a reason that is bigger than your addiction. So if you wake up, right, and you're an addict, or you're someone experiencing addiction, and you are like, oh my gosh, there's just why do I even want to get up? What's the point of getting up? And you have no reason to fight the addiction, right? There's nothing to look forward to. There's no grand goal. There's no someone you're devoted to that it matters more than. Then it's like, there's going to be no motivation to quit. And so having a purpose that is larger, or a dream that is larger than your addiction, or a loved one that, your love is larger than that addiction, can definitely help, I think, motivate. And I think the second thing is acceptance. Because I think a big thing with addiction is when you're experiencing that addiction, and when things are rough and you're not feeling good. I think a lot of the time with addiction, people aren't okay feeling what they're feeling. Like yes, right? Somewhat, right? Life can have anxieties or grief or this and that, right? There is going to be some suffering. But people, right, when they have like these negative emotions, instead of, either finding a creative channel to funnel them, maybe like that purpose that's bigger, reaching out to someone, or even just sitting in meditation, feeling your feelings, or sitting in prayer, feeling your feelings. They're not okay feeling their feelings when they're negative, to the point where if the emotion is so negative, it's just like, it's got to be changed. Like, this drug gives me control, so I'm going to take that drug so I don't have to feel the way that I feel. And that doesn't solve the problem. That just puts like a Band-Aid on it, and then the problem. But if you right, here's where the two come together. Because if you have that acceptance, right, but there isn't some grand purpose for like, well, why do I need to accept this shitty feeling if none of it matters? Because you don't have that big grand vision or goal, then that's when you need, right, that's where the vision, that's where the goal, and that's where the dreams or the journeys matter, because that significance and purpose will give you the motivation to continue with the acceptance of just feeling what you're feeling. So for all those addicts out there, For anyone struggling with it or experiencing it, I know it's difficult. I know it's tough. And so I feel for you. And I know how difficult it can be. Fortunately, there's like support groups like AA and tons of other places. But I genuinely wish you guys the best. And, yeah, I hope everyone gets to be well, do well, and feel well. So God bless you all. Hope this helps, and have a wonderful